Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into Doc Stewart's Baseball from Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field in beautiful Corvallis, Oregon. It's time for the start of the Mickey Riley Star-Spangled Tournament as the Doc Stewarts will take on the Portland Eastside Cutters this afternoon. Game one of this four-day tournament for the Doc Stewarts, and we look forward to a great matchup this afternoon and a great time here in Corvallis. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey Keyran. Happy to have you with us here this afternoon here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and streaming online at 541radio.com. We want to wish you all a very happy Independence Day, 4th of July rolling around. That means it's time for the Mickey Riley Star-Spangled Tournament, a great tradition annually here in Corvallis. Doc Stewarts have been a part of this tournament many times in the past. This is the 43rd annual here at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field, hosted by the Corvallis Girding Builders Markham, playing here at the ballpark that is also home to the Corvallis High Spartans. Doc Stewart's last won this tournament back in 2015, and I was trying to remember if that was the last time they were in it. I know they've taken a couple of years off, but my memory does not serve me well enough to remember the exact date of the last time Docs were in it. But they won it all back in 2015. They've won it 7 times in the tournament's history, and they'll look to get things started on the right foot as they take on the Portland Eastside Cutters here this afternoon. Coming from Area 2, out of obviously the Portland area on the east side, drawing from schools like Central Catholic, and also drawing from other schools like Centennial, Franklin. They have Benson Tech, LaSalle all represented, as well as Madison High School on this team. So a Portland City team there. They come in looking to try and get things started on the right foot as well. Great matchup for us on deck as we welcome you into the Supercuts pregame show. Getting you ready for today's matchup. Docs will play again tomorrow. They take on the host team Corvallis tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Then they play again at 1 o'clock on Saturday against the team from Washington, the Walla Walla Bears. And then based on their record, they will play at a game time to be determined on Saturday or on Sunday in the final day of the tournament. Doc's hoping it'll be the final game of the day and a chance to try and win that tournament title on Sunday. But we look forward to today's matchup. We are getting ready for first pitch. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins, talk about the very big game for the Doc Stewarts in their last one, snapping a 3-game losing streak. They were able to get a great performance on the mound from Drake Bourgeois. We'll tell you more about that as they got a 6-1 win against the Willamette Valley Titans. Doc's coming in 15-9 on the season, now 6-6 in Area 4 play, 3 games behind Willamette Valley in the standings. But we'll talk with Coach Jeremiah Robbins when we come back. Want to remind everybody today's game is streaming live online at 541radio.com on the 1490 The Score homepage, or you can also catch the action streaming on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. You can give us a subscribe there and follow Docs throughout the summer and go back and even watch archived games on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and come back after this. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
The Eastside Cutters of Portland and Dr. Stewart of Roseburg. At this time,
Back with more of our Supercuts pregame show here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. We're up at the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament in Corvallis as the Dock Stewarts get ready for their first game of the tournament. Get a chance to catch up here with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. And Coach, you guys are getting ready for some tournament play, always a fun time of the year, but quickly want to look back to the last doubleheader you guys had here just a couple nights ago against Willamette Valley. Obviously, game one was a game that you'd like to really kind of be able to forget, but game two was one that was a special night. A roller coaster kind of night is the way it felt for this team, and to be able to kind of just build off of that and continue to try and get better. What's kind of the message to these guys? What do you try to take away from that doubleheader against Willamette Valley?
Well, we just got to end the Jekyll and Hyde team and commit to one of them. And if we do that, this team's got a chance to do some really good things this year. But coming away from it, Willamette Valley, they're a good team. They're in first place for a reason. And the arm we faced in game one, he's going to be a big time arm. But still, we had our chances and just didn't capitalize on it. And then we come back game two, and there's some energy on the mound from Drake and kind of what he was doing. But man, our hitters just kind of stepped up and had a good approach, and that's our biggest concern. We can't have an approach one game and then it goes away the next. And that's what I love about this tournament. It's 4 games in 4 days, so we're just focused on one game of really having an approach throughout that 7 innings. So we're going to hopefully establish that after this weekend and then get ready for another battle, Monday and Tuesday again. So I love this tournament. I love the tournament atmosphere, and I think it can really create some good things for your club.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you kind of touch on some of these things, but what do you hope to accomplish in a tournament like this? Obviously, you got team bonding opportunities off the field, but on the field, a lot of games to be played in a short period of time as well. What kind of things by the time it's done, do you hope that you saw from your team while you guys were here in Corvallis?
Number one will be the chemistry piece. I think that's so beneficial, and 22 years in this and looking back on my most successful teams that I've had, they always were a very close team, and so that's got to play out at some point. And the kids they're doing a very good job. They're working on it. We're doing every effort with our staff to get everybody involved together as one unit, and when we do that, we're really good. The other piece is obviously, the development. I still think our pitching staff has a long ways to go, so we got to get some guys in. Today you'll see Austin Anderson on the mound. We got to get him developed. He's got a chance to be a really good arm. So we'll get a little bit creative on the mound. We're going to put some guys in some tough situations and see how they respond. That's baseball and that's life.
This trip, obviously the team chemistry part is a big deal, like you mentioned there. And not only are the guys going to be spending a lot of time together, staying in hotel rooms, but you guys have anything fun planned for the trip? You get a little bit of chance to have some downtime. It's the 4th of July holiday weekend. Anything planned for the guys while you're up here?
We're working on that. Coach York and myself are kind of trying to find something for them to do. Obviously tomorrow we don't play till 7 p.m. So today is kind of the 4th. I know a lot of their families are traveling up as well. We've got our families here. So we're going to spend time together at the hotel with our families and our teammates and enjoy the 4th of July, celebrate our nation's freedom. And then, tomorrow get something going, get them moving around in the morning and go do something together as a club.
This tournament here, the Docs have been in it a number of times in the past. It's always a fun one, competitive, looking at the teams that are kind of here. I know some of them you probably don't know a whole lot about, but the competition you expect to see in this tournament, where do you think you're going to be at that kind of level here today?
I think it'll be good, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get back in this tournament. Obviously the history of the tournament, number one, but to play some teams that you don't always see. The first club we got, the Cutters out of East Portland. They're going to be very competitive. We know that. And then get to play the host team, Corvallis, which is always nice. So, the opportunity to play some different faces that you don't meet up with too much out of the year, I think this is so beneficial. It'll be a good tournament.
All right, look forward to it today as the Dock Stewarts get things started, taking on the Eastside Cutters game 1 of the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament here in Corvallis. We'll thank head coach Jeremiah Robbins for his time here in the Supercuts pregame show. Be back with more after this on 1490 The Score.
season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate! Batting second, the shortstop, number 5, Michael.
We'll welcome you back here to Corvallis, Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field, getting ready to go for the top of the first inning between the Docks and the Eastside Cutters. Docks are the designated home team today after the coin flip, so they'll take the field first. It's time now to get a look here in the Supercuts pregame show at our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Taking a look at the Eastside Cutters first, leading things off in center field is Spencer Paw. The shortstop batting second, Mike Bennett, and left fielder Chris Schuver will hit third. In the cleanup position is right fielder Mason Smith. At catcher batting in the 5 position is Graham Porter. At third base, hitting 6th, Tyler Phillips. The pitcher will bat 7th. That's Andrew Karen. And at first base is the 8-hitter Preston Mears. And rounding out the starting 9 for head coach Easton Bennett will be Xander Lyons, the starting second baseman. They will face Austin Anderson, the Doc Stewart's starting pitcher. Anderson getting the call up from the Pepsi bottle caps after a couple of roster spots opened up for the Doc Stewarts. Anderson has pitched in 3 2/3, making his 4th appearance, his first start. He's got an 0-0 record, no saves either, but he's currently got a 1.90 ERA, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. He's allowed just 1 earned run on 2 hits in those 3 2/3 innings so far. Leading things off will be Spencer Paw, the center fielder.
Number 17, Casey Pettibone.
And he'll be coming up here in just a second. Beautiful day here in Corvallis. The sun is shining and a very comfortable temperature here for the second game of the day. Already 1 game in the books today. The first game of the day started at 10, and it was a 5-1 victory for the Beaverton Post 124 squad against the Mid-Coast Dungeys from Newport. So Beaverton getting in the win column first. And Doc Stewart's going to try and follow that up. 76 degrees here as we get ready for first pitch, expecting a high of 82 coming up this afternoon. The coaches are going to meet at home plate. It looks like they will do so here as we just get ready to go for first pitch. Let's go ahead and we will take a look at the Doc Stewart's starting lineup for today. Switching over to the other side, Caden Johnson, the shortstop, leads things off for head coach Jeremiah Robbins. Spencer Six, the catcher, will bat second. Doran Gillespie in right field hitting third, followed by the cleanup hitter Jonathan Stone at first base. Jet Black in center field will hit 5th. Cody Johnson at third base batting 6th. In the 7th spot is the DH, Casey Pettibone. He'll bat for starting pitcher Austin Anderson. Drake Bourgeois is in left field hitting 8th, and Jacob Luther, the second baseman, will round out the starting 9. That is your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for today's matchup. Again, Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. That'll do it for the Supercuts pregame show in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. Before we get to the first pitch of today's ball game, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball, streaming online at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. Coaches have exchanged starting lineups. The umpire's ready to go. The Docs out on the field already with their warm-up throws in, so I think we are moments away from first pitch of this ball game getting started right about on time. Game 1 did too, so we'll hope that we keep the rest of the tournament on time as we make it through today's game. There is a 10-run rule in effect. No new innings will be started after 2 hours and 15 minutes. It is a 7-inning ball game for us here today, so we will make our way through as the Doc Stewarts, with their 15-9 record, will take on the 2-19 Eastside Cutters. Austin Anderson, the righty on the mound from Roseburg High School, transferred from Glide to Roseburg for his junior season. Spent some time there with the Indians during the spring and got a chance to come out of the bullpen throughout the season. His first pitch is in for a strike, and we are underway. A swing and a miss from Spencer Paw, Paw swinging at a high fastball there from Anderson. Now he'll take a strike on the outside corner, and it's quickly to an 0-2 count for Anderson. We'll look around the diamond defensively for the Doc Stewarts here in just a moment. Anderson trying to get the strikeout here. Off speed is outside. Count goes to 1-2. Wearing the navy tops with the horizontal stripe, red and white across the chest for the Eastside Cutters. Gray trousers. Ball hit high in the air, out towards left field. Coming in is Drake Bourgeois, and he will make the catch. Overrunning it just a bit, having to reach behind him to make the grab. A high fly ball for out number 1. And that will get things started for the Doc Stewarts defensively. Eastside with the numbers on the backs in red, outlined in white, and it says Eastside across the chest for them. Again, the gray trousers, the two-toned caps with the red top and the navy top and the red bill. One away. Up to bat next will be Michael Bennett, the shortstop. First pitch from Anderson's outside for ball 1. Behind the plate catching today will be Spencer 6. It's pretty much a usual starting lineup for the Docs here in this opener of the tournament. Out at first base, Jonathan Stone. At second base, Jacob Luther. Caden Johnson at short, and Cody Johnson at third. Ball in the air to center field, going back on the run. That's over the head of Jet Black. He'll catch it on the one hop, fires it back in. It's a one-out double for Michael Bennett, who gets in standing up at second base. That ball, Jet took his first step in and then had to start sprinting back. That was over the top of his head. Couldn't catch up to it. And on to second base will go Michael Bennett. First base hit of the ball game for the Cutters. And they have a man in scoring position. The 3-hitter will swing and miss at the first pitch for strike 1. Chris Schuver will bat here, the left fielder. The 0-1 pitch to him. Anderson gets it on the inside corner for a called strike. 0-2 now the count for Schuver. In the outfield for the Doc Stewarts from left to right, Drake Bourgeois, Jet Black, and Doran Gillespie in the outfield. Patrolling the grass here at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. A swing and a miss for a punch out there. And Austin Anderson will get his first strikeout of the ball game. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give them a call at 541-459-4039. 2 down with a man at second base for Eastside. And Mason Smith, the right fielder, will bat. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Doc's wearing their blue tops, Roseburg across the chest in orange, numbers on the front and the back in orange, white trousers that go down to the knees, the blue stirrups, the blue caps with the orange R on front. The 1-0 pitch here from Anderson is low, 2-0 count now against the cleanup hitter. Was told the schools that these guys come from, but not specifically for each player, as we learn a new team from Area 2. 2-0 pitch. Fought off right side, gets into right field, charging in. Gillespie will get to it. They're going to send the runner to the plate, and it's a leadoff run for the Eastside Cutters, who will score first in this ball game, taking a 1-0 lead against the Doc Stewarts. An RBI single for Mason Smith.
Now batting.
Scoring from second, Michael Bennett coming around to score. 1-0. And the Cutters in front here early on. Batting next will be a left-handed hitting catcher. There's a runner going on the first pitch. Chop towards second. Luther will have it. And he throws to first to get the out. A 4-3 putout against Graham Porter. Hit and run was on, and Porter grounds into the ground out to second. 1 run comes in for the Eastside Cutters. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Doc Stewart errors. 1 man left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning. Doc's trailing 1-0 as they come up to hit for the first time today on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Bottom of the first inning, Doc Stewart's baseball here on 1490 The Score, brought to you by our friends at Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. On the mound for the Eastside Cutters will be Andrew Caron, who is a right-hander, a Caron. Get that right there for him. He is on right-hander on the mound. He will face Caden Johnson, Spencer Six, and Doran Gillespie here in the bottom of the first. His team has helped get him out to a 1-0 lead on top of the Docs through a half inning of play. Caron on the mound. Throws into Graham Porter behind the plate, and we'll look around the rest of the defensive alignment for the Eastside Cutters in a moment. First pitch here to Caden Johnson, a breaking ball high, as Caron will try to start it out there with a breaking ball. Didn't get on top of it enough as that one left up. Comes back low for a 2-0 count now for Caden Johnson. Johnson comes into today's matchup. Currently hitting .360 in that leadoff position for the Doc Stewarts. Caron's pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike this time, with the off speed there. And it's a 2-1 count here for Caden Johnson. Line drive back up the middle, and it'll drop right in front of the center fielder. Spencer Paugh coming in to get it. That one laced back up the middle, and a leadoff single for Caden Johnson. Gets things started for the Doc Stewarts here in the bottom of the first. 1 on, nobody out. Coming up next will be Spencer Six, Doc Stewart's catcher. Left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. His first pitch, he takes outside for ball 1. Spencer starting the day at .284 with his batting average. Had a slow start to the summer, but has definitely come on as of late. A 1-0 pitch from Corone. Outside to the lefty from the righty, a 2-0 count. Caden Johnson at first. So we've got Graham Porter back behind the plate. Out at first base is Preston Mears. At second base, Xander Lyons. At shortstop, Michael Bennett. And at third base is Tyler Phillips. As a pitch in the dirt, taking second base. A wild pitch will advance Caden Johnson up to scoring position. 3-0 count at the plate for Spencer 6. Nobody out. Doc's trying to tie this one up early. The 3-0 pitch to Spencer is high for ball 4, and the walk will put runners at first and second. Spencer is leading the team in walks, adding to his team lead on that one. He's now got 19 on the year. Coming up next will be Doran Gillespie.
Number 11.
289 batting average for Doran. He is the second lead. He's got the second most RBIs on the team behind Jonathan Stone, who's waiting on deck. 22 RBIs for Doran this season. He'll take a breaking ball well outside to start out a 1-0 count. Out at second base, an aggressive secondary lead for Caden Johnson, but he hustles back to the bag. 1-0 count. Gillespie batting with 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Corone, the 1-0, is down the middle for a called strike. In the outfield from left to right for this Eastside Cutters team is Chris Schuver. In center field is Spencer Paw. And in right field is Mason Smith. A 1-1 pitch now for Gillespie. Got underneath that one, high in the air to center field. Racing back is going to be Paw. Hasn't turned around. He'll catch it over the shoulder. Tagging, both runners will try to advance. The throw goes to second. Not in time to get Spencer 6, who goes in standing up. So that'll move both runners up 90 feet, 1 away. Jonathan Stone will bat, trying to get this game knotted up. 1-0 here in the bottom of the first in favor of the Cutters.
Number 15, John Stone.
Stone standing in, mentioned the team lead in RBIs with 23, batting .342 right now for the Doc Stewarts. Takes the first pitch, a breaking ball hits the low outside corner for strike 1. Beautiful sunny day here in Corvallis. Second game of, I believe, 4 today is the total. Yeah, 4 games. That sounded right. Pitch outside to Stone, a 1-1 count. Docs will play again tomorrow against the host team, Corvallis. And then take on the team from Washington on Saturday. Foul ball back for Jonathan Stone. A ball and 2 strikes. Get in 3 games, and then on Sunday, you figure out where you match up and play on Championship Sunday. Docs hope they'll be in that championship game Sunday night. Here in the bottom of the first, they trail 1-0 right now against the Portland Eastside Cutters. A 1-2 pitch coming up for Stone. Breaking ball well outside, a 2-2 count. Stone has runners at second and third. Spencer 6 out at second. Caden Johnson at first. Sac fly would do the trick to at least drive in the game tying run. Stone gets underneath this pitch but fouls it away. Heading towards the grassy hill down the right field side. Nice little spot, a berm down there to watch a game from. Bring your own shade. Doc Stewart's in the first base dugout. They will have the sun in on them. Down the third base side, the Eastside Cutters there, the designated visiting team after the coin flip. 2-2 pitch to Stone is high for ball 3. So Stone has the full count pitch coming up, just one out so far here in the bottom of the first inning as Andrew Carone, get his name right there, will fire in, and that ball is laced foul down the left field side. That'll get into the trees that are just on the other side of the fence. This ballpark tucked in here with kind of a major artery here in Corvallis back behind us. Buchanan and the high school to our left. The football field down that third base or left field side. Tucked in here in this kind of residential feeling area. 3-2 pitch again, fouled off by Stone. He battles through in this at-bat against Carone. 2 runners on with just 1 out. Stone has had some lengthy at-bats in his last couple of trips to the plate. Dating back to Tuesday's doubleheader against Willamette Valley, he had 3 doubles and a 3-for-3 night in Game 2 of that doubleheader as he fouls off another pitch. Staying with it here against Carone. 3-for-3 with 3 doubles and 3 RBI in Game 2 of that doubleheader for the Doc Stewarts against the Willamette Valley Titans, who currently lead the Area 4 standings. Stone the hero at the plate. On the mound, it was Drake Bourgeois throwing a no-hitter into the 7th inning, was 2 outs away. It's 3-2 pitch here. Stone reaches for a breaking ball, chops it towards third. The throw will go to the plate, and it's in time to get Caden Johnson. Up to third will go Spencer 6. Stone gets on with the fielder's choice. There's 2 down as the Docs unable to tie the game. 5-2 the put out for Caden.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 8.
Jet Black will come up to bat. Runners on the corners for the Doc Stewarts here in the bottom of the first, trying to tie this one up. First pitch here for Jet. Swing and a miss down low on the first pitch. Starts out with the 0-1 count. Jet Black this summer is batting .356, has 17 RBI. Take outside, the runner going. The ball got away, but it's not a deep backstop here at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. And the catcher, Graham Porter, got to that baseball quickly. Porter able to hold Spencer 6 at third, but up to second base goes Jonathan Stone. A 1-1 count at the plate for Jet Black. Carone's pitch high and away. And Jet now having the advantage against the righty on the mound for Eastside. 2 down. Carone trying to get through the first inning, pitching with runners in scoring position much of the inning, but still holding a 1-0 lead. He misfires low. It's a 3-1 count for Jet. He's already issued 1 walk and a base hit so far here in the first inning. But a fly ball from Doran Gillespie to center. And a fielder's choice on a ground ball to third base that resulted in an out at home. Doc Stewart's down to their last out here in the bottom of the first. A 3-1 pitch to Jet. He'll take for strike 2. That one right at the bottom of the strike zone. Jet thought it might have been a bit lower. Was expecting ball 4 the call and didn't get it. Full count pitch here for Carone. Outside, ball 4. Jet taking. Draws the block to load the bases with 2 down. And Cody Johnson will bat.
Now batting.
Johnson will step to the plate. The Roseburg High grad and Treasure Valley Community College soon-to-be sophomore. Cody Johnson batting .333 this season, has 9 RBI. Starting most of the year at third base, coming out of the bullpen from time to time for the Docs as well. He'll take the first pitch outside for a 1-0 count. Docs have been working from an advantageous position with the count in most of these at-bats so far, but they haven't been able to capitalize. Johnson will flare one to right field, not hit very deep. It gets over the second baseman, Lyons. 1 run comes in, a second run will score, and on a bloop single to right field, Cody Johnson will drive in 2 to put the Doc Stewarts in front. here in the bottom of the first. They tie the game as Spencer Six scored, and then coming around to score from second base, Jonathan Stone puts the Docs in front. 2-1 the score. Up to third base went Jet Black. Runners on the corners for the Docs with 2 down.
The designated hitter, number 17.
Didn't get a lot of it, but it was just over the top of Xander Lyons, the second baseman, and in front of Mason Smith, the right fielder. And the Docs able to push 2 across. First pitch misses low for ball 1 to Casey Pettibone. 1-0 pitch. Pettibone takes a fastball for strike 1. Casey Pettibone from Umpqua Valley Christian School will be a senior this next year. Comes in batting .310 on the season and limited duty. Takes high for a 2-1 count this season. This is the 11th game played for Casey. He's had 29 at-bats, 33 plate appearances. Has 6 RBI right now. He's got an opportunity with Jet Black at third. 2 down in the bottom of the first. He's got a 2-1 count from Andrew Carone. And Carone will miss high with his, I believe, maybe a changeup there. A little high on that pitch. A 3-1 count, 2 down. Docs with a couple of hits here and a couple of walks in the first inning so far. Carone's 3-1 delivery to Pettibone. Hits the inside corner to take the count full. Cody Johnson out at first, likely will be running on the pitch if he's playing the smart game here. At third, Jet Black waiting to go on contact. Runner does go. That ball popped up. It's down the first base side. Could be playable, and underneath it, the first baseman, Preston Mears, will make the catch to retire the side. Mears makes the final out at first. Doc Stewart's get 2 runs, though. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no Eastside errors. 2 men left on base for the Doc Stewarts. We will head to the top of the second inning. Docs in front, 2-1 on top of the Cutters on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Dr. Stewart.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyze and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate! Number 2, Tyler Phillips.
Top of the second inning, first pitch. Foul down the left field side. Docs lead 2-1 on top of the Eastside Cutters, and leading things off is the third baseman Tyler Phillips for the Cutters, taking on Austin Anderson on the mound for the Doc Stewarts. Phillips, the 0-1 count after the foul ball, hitting a line drive shot right down the line there. Anderson's 0-1 pitch outside, a 1-1 count. Austin Anderson in the pregame interview, head coach Jeremiah Robbins saying he thought there's a lot of potential in Anderson and what he's seen so far. He wants to get him some more innings out there as the ball fouled off. That one could be playable for Stone. It'll get over the top of the Docs dugout, though, and out of play down the first base side. Anderson this was just his junior year. He didn't get a lot of innings with the Roseburg Indians and hasn't had a ton of innings so far with the Doc Stewarts, but does look good when he's been out there so far. He gets a foul ball to stay at a 1-2 count here against Tyler Phillips. You've got Phillips, Carone, and Mears due up here in the Top of the second inning for the Cutters. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Austin Anderson, his second of the game. One away, and up next, the pitcher, Andrew Carone.
Number 14, Andrew Carone.
So Carone will try to help his own cause here as he digs into the box with one out and nobody on. First pitch to him is high and away. Fastball carrying outside from Anderson. Anderson, Stone, and probably a mixture of a lot of guys going to get some time here this tournament. It is swing and a miss for Carone, gives him a 1-1 count. Docs obviously would love to perform well here in this tournament, but they got to keep in the back of their mind they've got back-to-back double headers coming up Monday and Tuesday next week in league play. As a swing and a miss for Carone, gives him a 1-2 count. So on Monday, Docs will be hosting the Willamette Valley Titans, who are in first place. Big matchup there for the Docs as they try to win the series, needing to take both games at home to take the series. And then the Docs will head to Eugene on Tuesday for a doubleheader against the Challengers. So big games looming on the horizon. Docs obviously don't want to rely heavily on their regular starters that will be asked to get some starts coming up on Monday and Tuesday. So could be an interesting adventure on the mound this weekend for the Doc Stewarts. Another pitch misses outside for Anderson. He's got a 3-2 count here against Andrew Carone, who's battled his way back into this at-bat. The full count pitch coming up for Anderson. His offering is high for ball 4. That will be the first walk issued by Austin Anderson in today's ball game. Andrew Carone doing a nice job of battling his way back after falling behind. Selective hitting, and he's able to draw a walk out of Anderson. The first baseman, Preston Mears, will bat. Left-handed hitter. First pitch swinging goes to the line drive to third baseman Cody Johnson, and he catches and doubles off Carone at first to end the inning. That finishes it off quickly, a double play, and the Doc Stewarts will get out of the top of the second inning. No runs on no hits. There were no Doc Stewart errors. Nobody left on base for the Cutters. Head to the bottom of the second, 2-1 the score. Docs in front on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 the score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Bottom of the second inning, Doc Stewart's baseball here on the score. Brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Leading things off for your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, Drake Bourgeois will stand in, the left fielder. He will face Andrew Carone. The 8-9 one-hitters due up here for the Doc Stewarts. First pitch high for ball 1. Drake Bourgeois coming off of a stellar performance on the mound. He's actually had back-to-back outings that have really gone well. As the 1-0 pitch to him, he'll take for a strike on the inside corner. His last outing had a no-hitter going into the 7th inning, got the first out, and then gave up his first hit of the game, a opposite field single into shallow right field. There's a 1-1 pitch to him here. He'll take high and away. 2-1 count. He had faced the minimum through 6 as well, but an error and then a double play kept him at the minimum but took away that possibility of the perfect game for him. A 2-1 pitch. He'll lace down the left field side as things keep coming up aces for Drake Bourgeois. Single into left field. And Drake leads things off here in the second inning for the Doc Stewarts with a single, their third hit of the ball game. 1 on and nobody out so far. The 9-hitter, Jacob Luther, will come up to bat. So he had that almost no-hitter, 2 outs away from a no-hitter for Drake Bourgeois. His previous start before that, he was perfect through the first 4 innings of that game as well. So Drake seems to be figuring some things out on the mound, and that is really good to see for the Docs. As a ball got in the dirt, bounced off of, I believe, the umpire's mask and went all the way to the backstop. Up to second base will go Bourgeois quickly. A wild pitch moving him up 90 feet, and a 1-0 count for Jacob Luther. Luther now with an RBI opportunity and a man in scoring position. Jacob Luther in the 9th spot has been very productive this season, but he's been fighting through a bit of a slump as he'll swing and a miss for strike 1. Luther has his average at 310. He's brought it back over the 300 mark, spent most of the season above 400. Led off the year with, I think it was 8 RBI in the first 2 games against Medford for the Doc Stewarts. He really started out hot. He's got 13 RBI total. He's got Drake Bourgeois at second base. A 1-1 pitch coming up. He'll take a breaking ball outside. Ahead in the count. On deck, the leadoff man, Caden Johnson. They'll send it back to the top of the lineup for a second time through. A 2-1 pitch. A strike taken by Luther. Luther from Umpqua Valley Christian School, a senior there, will be playing for Coach Jeremiah Robbins again during the fall and spring at Umpqua Community College. The shortstop at second base didn't get a pickoff throw that direction. He had to return late to his position at the plate. A breaking ball was high to Luther, and he's got a 3-2 count. Three-two pitch coming up. Nobody out. A man at second base here in the bottom of the. Carone looking to second. It's off the hands. It'll go towards short. Picked up by the third baseman. Throw to first is in time. Up to third goes Bourgeois. Luther will ground out there. That ball had to be a tough one. Third baseman Tyler Phillips cutting that off in front of the shortstop, who was going to have a long way to go to get to that ball. Spinning wildly, I'm sure, as it hit off the handle for Jacob Luther. You've got one away.